Titles: Local filmmakers worked with the LA film community and Apple to realize their short films. Celine Gimpirea, writer-director, The Box, Celine Films in a Park.
Filmmaking is, to me, the best way to get my message out there.
Celine and a crew member study the screen of a MacBook Pro.
Having this collaboration with all the people here allowed different inputs into what would otherwise be a very narrow story. That makes me look at shooting differently, and that makes me look at directing performances, directing camera, directing generally much differently. And that just makes me a better storyteller.
Jean Belest, director, La Buena Muerta.
The nature of documentary, you really want to get up in your subject's face. Capturing the images on Red Raven, I think, really serves the project. There's so much that you can do in terms of the range of color. I'm really excited to be able to continue to work in this digital format.
Krista Amagone, director, The Dancer.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I started writing for the stage and decided, well, why can't I write something for the screen?
Krista's crew films a man sitting at a piano. She works at a MacBook Pro, then sits in front of a Mac display.
This is my first time editing, and I love it. Final Cut Pro is extremely intuitive, user-friendly, which I especially appreciate being a first-time editor.
The color tools in the new Final Cut Pro 10 are wonderful in allowing us to tell our story better.
You've got
Valerie Ferris, director, Little Miss Sunshine.
Would you say you've picked your favorite takes of things?
Shot.
Can you show me some of those?
Manan Banta, producer, La Buena
So we know
Muerta.
for the story-wise what's there.
Filmmaking is hard work, but it's extremely gratifying. My hopes for the film are to entertain and touch as many people as possible.
An Apple logo.
A lot of the buy side are expecting kind of a softer start to the year. We did lower our March and June quarter iPhone estimates today, but we do expect an upgrade to the iPhone 10, some new models to come out. With the strong ASPs, new models coming out, we actually raised our calendar 2019 estimates both for iPhone and overall for Apple. So that's what led to our increased price target for longer-term investors, as we think some of the cautious near-term iPhone shipments are well understood by the market already.
What makes you think that you have visibility, through 2019 to get us beyond the bumps that it may face with the seasonally weaker quarter, the March quarter, the one that analysts are so skeptical about?
Sure, yeah, I do think March quarter will be soft. Once again, we did lower our estimates. We're below consensus now for the March quarter. But looking long-term, we've tracked regional demand and sales by region of the world. Apple, we believe, has over 630 million new iPhone users. We think there's a loyal base, and we do believe there are going to be 2 OLED versions for the fall later this year. We think that's going to continue to drive a strong upgrade cycle to these higher-priced iPhones. So seeing the iPhone user base stay loyal and a big installed base by fall of this year, probably over 300 consumers with a 3-year-older iPhone, we think that bodes well for a nice, strong upgrade cycle for Apple continuing into 2019. That was our raise in our estimates today.
So you don't think the upgrade cycle gets elongated or stretched out because of the ability of 6 users to upgrade their battery for $29? I mean, even if it's an impact on the 8 upgrade, that still prolongs that upgrade cycle, spreads out that demand.
Yeah, I think that's a good point into longer term, but just looking at that installed user base with a aging iPhone, and we do believe the new features for the 10 models, we're expecting 2 versions of the bigger OLED screen phones. We think that's going to be compelling enough to drive an upgrade cycle, continue to drive a trade up into these higher ASPs that's going to drive strong earnings power. You factor into the Apple stock also the tax rate coming down, also the cash returns leading to a strong buyback. We do think earnings and EPS upside are likely longer term, but short term, we do agree with some of the calls out there that the March quarter could be soft relative to consensus.